waiting to have sex is kind of like waiting for the magic to happen, and it might not be that great.
What happens if you wait until you're married and then you have sex for the first time and discover you don't like it?
You know, there's got to be great communication and understanding.
You couldn't even have a conversation about sex with your parents these days. Or when I was growing up, actually, you can have a conversation about sex because you're not supposed to be talking about that.
Right.
But how can you tell a kid that you can't talk about that when the kid is feeling this energy within himself that he doesn't understand?
I find it's hard to talk about sex because it's a very personal matter.
We're not taught to talk about sex early on, or taught about like how to talk about it.
For young people especially, they haven't experienced other kinds of intimacy, and they think in order to feel a certain way, like to feel loved, to feel really united with someone, that has to happen.
The advice I'd give would be not to only focus your relationship on sex, because that's not what it's all about.
I think you sort of have to decide what kind of connection you have with a person, and that might dictate whether or not you have it earlier or later.
I know a lot of people who have gotten into relationships where it's been like physical, and then they're like, okay, I guess we should be in a relationship now.
If you're having lots of casual sex and you're not communicating with people that you're doing that, and say somebody expects different things from that sexual connection, then you get into a kind of dangerous territory where people are also emotionally getting hurt.
You know, a guy will make a move and it's like completely unexpected, or it's like, I didn't know that's what this kind of relationship was, kind of thing.
Always know that the other person has the same intentions that you do.
There's all kinds of STIs and STDs out there, and viruses, pregnancy. And I think it's best to talk about it with your partner, just in case if anything like that comes up.
In any community, in any gender, always wear a condom.
If you feel like that you do end up wanting to have sex with someone, you should talk to them about it.
If they're able to communicate, then they'll ask you if you're too tired or if you're okay with it.
Like when someone says, I want head, what the heck does that mean? What do you want, head? Like, right, head means a blowjob. Give me a blowjob, that's what I'm talking about.
Make sure it's not just yourself you're worrying about, but also make sure it's about your partner you're worrying about as well.
I talk to my girlfriend a lot about sex, and it actually makes a relationship a lot more open, to be honest.
You build that connection, that spark, and you feel like you're ready. You know, do what you want, that's your body, go ahead.
The thing about sex that people forget is that sex comes with emotions sometimes for some people. Someone might not have emotions attached to it, some might. And someone may get hurt, so it's important to check yourself to see what you're feeling about sex before you go into it.
It's never the same for everybody, but you just gotta take it at your own pace, really.
It all boils down to those two things, respect and communication.
If you can communicate, if you have respect for each other, if you know all those other things are good, then you're gonna have a similar way of thinking about your sexual interactions.